Okay, settling boys and girls, we have a very interesting story today. I, 38 female, shot an adult scene when I was 18. My husband, 40 male, doesn't know, and I just found the video again on the internet. Should I tell him? Girl, you was nasty. 20 years ago, when I was 18 years old, I shot an adult scene. Horn. I didn't intend to shoot the scene. I was going with my friend for support, and when she chickened out at the last minute, I stepped in and did it. You know what? I'm not going to judge. I'm going to try as much as I can not to judge for this video. But sis, this you let's just get into it. I regretted it immediately after and regretted it even more when I saw it on the internet. That's what those sort of videos are. The video, which was about 30 minutes long, made its way around, mostly being shared on file sharing servers. This was post Snapstar. I don't know what that is. So there were a lot of knockoffs at the time. But after a while, the video seemed to disappear and nobody I knew ever found out about it. Well, good for you. I met my husband a few years after I shot that scene and I never told him. I was ashamed and prayed that he would never find out. He never did, and we've been married for 15 years and have 2 children together. It's the love of my life and it satisfies me in every way. I check frequently for that video that I made, and unfortunately last week I found it again on an adult site. It's one of the more popular sites and I'm now terrified that someone will find it. It could be someone that my husband works with or a friend of my daughter's. I'm just terrified. The question is, should I finally come clean and tell my husband? I know that he won't leave me if I do. He knows I was rather promiscuous before I met him and he's been okay with all the crazy things I did before him. But this is one thing I never told him. It's the thing I'm most ashamed of and I don't want him to ever see it. And that is what is preventing me from telling him, because I don't want him to see it. There are many reasons for this. The biggest for me is that I don't want my husband to feel insecure. The man I shot that scene with had a very large stuff and I made kind of a big deal about it when I shot the scene. My husband is a little above average in that area, but he isn't close to that guy. But none of the other guys I have even been with were either. I've had the best sex of my life with my husband, and that's the truth. But I still feel like he may lose his confidence if he sees that video. So what should I do? Should I just roll the dice and pray he never finds out? Or just come clean? I'm not giving a link or title of the video so everyone can quit asking. My God, I want to erase the video from existence, not help spread it further. Well, this is big. This is huge in my opinion. But I still feel like you should tell him about it. I mean, if you guys have been married for 15 years and he knew that you were promiscuous when you were much younger, then I feel like this is something that he would be able to handle, in my own opinion. And even if he doesn't handle it, I feel like maybe you should just give him some time to think it through, because I feel like men can be very, very jealous of their partners. But girl, you got married to that man knowing what you did and you didn't tell him about it. Like, imagine if all that years that you never told him. 15 years is not a joke. Imagine all those 15 years that you never told him, he finds out somewhere. I feel like that is what you should have even told him about first. And then, like, if he does genuinely love you, then you guys will be able to like continue the relationship. And if it doesn't, then you know that you move to the next one. Why are we humans like this? I mean, for her to have left this edit, the part where she's saying that she's not going to give anybody the link to the video, it doesn't make any sense that someone is trying to like erase a part of their life that they are ashamed to put out, but like you're trying to like ask for, like, does it even make any sense to you? Let's just see what the comment has to say. But in my own opinion, I do feel like you should tell him about it, and whatever happens, you take your L and keep it moving. You will get over it, or you might get over it. So Fast Sparty says, so this was 20 years ago. How will anyone recognize it was you? Is there some tattoo or birthmark that would make people identify you positively? Just let it go. In the 0.0000005% chance someone raises it, just laugh and say, that does look like a younger me. How funny, and move on. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this does make sense in a way, but I feel like your husband would definitely know what you look like 20 years ago. I mean, they met like a while after they shot the scene, so he definitely knows what his wife looks like. And even if they met like years later, I mean, you guys have been together for 15 years. I feel like it's only normal for them to know what you look like when you were younger, in my own opinion. Opie responds and says, I don't look all that different. I've kept myself in shape, and my husband will surely recognize me. I'm right. I'm freaking right. I've kept myself in shape, and my husband will surely recognize me if he ever came across it himself. I don't know how much porn he watches, but I know he has in the past, which I know about, and I'm fine with it. So this person says, tell him you have been in a Tell him you've been in a 15-year relationship. If telling him this one thing breaks apart your relationship, then there was more problems with it than just an omission of porn. That's what I'm saying. I had a promiscuous past too, but I've always told my partners upfront and haven't had a lot of negative reactions. Just surprised. Keeping something like this hidden for 15 years will most likely hurt you. Yeah, I mean, you should have just told him from the start. If you already knew that you had a promiscuous past, then this would just be like an extra stuff for him. Guess what, guys? We have an update. After I posted, I thought a lot about telling my husband and finally decided to do it. Good for you, girl. Good for you. My original post had over 1.7 upvotes and over 2.4 comments, and someone even started a post on another sub dedicated to finding the damn video that has nearly 1k upvotes. That's concerning. It's that interest in my video that scared me, and I simply couldn't live with the anxiety that one day it will come to me and ask if I shot a porn scene. So I sat him down last night and just came out with it. He thought I was joking at first, but once he realized I was serious, he got quiet. He had questions which I answered. Most of them I covered in my original post. Then I asked if he wanted to see it, and he said he thought he had to. My heart sank, but I pulled it up and asked if I could watch with him. He agreed, and I held his hand as we watched it. He laughed when he saw the size of the guy's stuff. So I relaxed a little after that. My husband made a few more light comments while we watched, and when it was over, he said, well, that wasn't too bad. You see? I pestered him for a bit afterwards about how we really felt about it. He just kind of shrugged and said that from what he could tell, we've had way better sex than that, and we have. You see, like, this stuff is not really a big deal, especially when it is something that has happened like years ago. I mean, you can't be judged for, there's consequences to something that you've done years ago, but I feel like being judged for something that you did years ago, even though you are now a changed person, except of course it is murder, you're gonna be charged to the court for that. Okay, so that was a great sigh of relief. My husband has always been confident and comfortable in his own skin. He's a catch, and he knows how crazy I've been about him. Aww. He didn't judge me either. He said I was 18, and 18 years old do things they regret when they are older. Later on, he wanted to watch it one more time and then never again. So we watched again together and didn't quite make it through before starting off with each other. Oh, I see you nasty. It turned into a really good night. Of course it did. You nasty God. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. My husband ended up finding the video in a few other places once he knew what to look for. Many people have suggested trying to take it down, but I did sign forms and provide ID when the scene was shot. So I don't know what recourse I would have. I will look into it, but since my husband knows now, I am less stressed about it. Thanks to everyone who offered advice, it was really helpful. Also, I am simply not going to help anyone find the video. So you can stop pretending to be a tech expert, asking for the link under the guise that you will get it taken down for me. I'm not stupid. I mean, I've done stupid things, but that doesn't make me an idiot. The video is out there, so you can look all you want, but I will never confirm that the video you found is mine. You see, this is the thing. I'm really happy that our husband understood. It shows how much love they both have for each other and how mature and understanding the guy is. I understand that we are humans here and we are more drawn to something that we can get our hands on, but I just feel like it is common courtesy. I mean, it can be something that plays in your mind or in your brain, but coming to her in guise of like trying to help them delete it, meanwhile you're just trying to like see the video. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. If you're one of these people, stop it. Okay, stop it. But let's just see what people said in the comment section. I love to like read people's comments about stuff like this. I feel like it just opens my mind to like a broader spectrum, something that I've never ever actually like thought about. You know how you hear something and then when someone else says something about that and you're like, smart. And sometimes it can be stupid, but let's just see what the comment has to say. So this comment from Latvia, I don't know what language that is. This person said, I stepped in and did it in court, laughed my ass out. What, like in Hunger Games, I volunteer as tribute. Oh my god, have you freaking seen if you've not seen Hunger Games, this is your sign to go see it. That thing was brutal. I really loved it. I didn't want to say anything about this, but I did feel like it did not make sense to me. This part that she said, oh, she went with her friend to shoot an adult film and then got there and then the friend she chickened out and then she volunteered. I mean, yes, for you to have signed an agreement, it means that there's a sort of amount that would be allocated to that type of thing, but I feel like a contract would have been signed before your friend went to that place. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you guys like reasoning with me? A contract would have been signed in your friend's name. So how I honestly felt like she just went there, but that's not important. What's important is that she has already told her husband believed it. But in my own perspective, from my own perspective, I don't think that she would go to a place like that if there was no agreement already made and signed. So that friend chickening out and like her taking over is BS to me. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comment section if we are vibing on the same level. So another comment says either she came with a test result or the company took a risk. Now this is what I'm saying. There's, aside the fact that like a contract needs to have been signed, I feel like tests also needs to have been done before like you can do stuff like this. But someone else says that many years ago, yeah, they were risking it. I don't believe this. I feel like if there was a contract, then they would do everything to the T. Decorous Rights says the fact that he wanted to watch it a second time, got frisky midway through, and hasn't ever had an issue with his wife's promiscuous past. Sounds to me like he might find it somewhat arousing. Plenty of people feel that way, and it can take plenty of forms, from partner swapping to chokeholding to group sex, but also you get folks like those into hot past. If you want to check it out, waiting for NSFW. What's that? Who enjoy thinking about or hearing about their partner's sex life prior to meeting them. So this is actually a thing. So I want to check what hot past is and also what NSFW means. If you do know what these things are, then good for you, I guess. Oh, so NSFW actually is an abbreviation for not safe for work. So do not watch this part if you are at work. So let's go check out what hot past is. From the name, I feel like I can guess what it is, but let's just still, check. Google is free. I want to know what hot past is. So hot past is when a female in a relationship shares stories about their most memorable sexual encounters to tease and elevate foreplay. So yeah, let this, by the way, be a moment for you to like think. If you are 18 and you are watching this, I don't mean 18, I mean a teenager. Yeah, So if you are a teenager watching this, I want you to learn from this. I understand that there are a lot of things that you might want to try out because it's fun, but you need to also remember that at the end of the day, when you grow older, you are going to be the one getting the repercussions of everything that you have done right now. You're going to be the one like suffering the consequences of everything that you have done. Yes, you are in charge of your life. At the end of the day, whatever you do, it's not going to affect your parents. It will affect your parents, but it's going to affect you majorly. So if you want to do anything right now, think about yourself and think about your kids. I've realized that no one is actually talking about the kids in this situation. The kids are in so much trouble if their friends in school find out about this. And let's not forget, she said daughters. So basically she has 2 daughters that are probably in school. If they have been married for 15 years, yes, they are still very, very young. The kids are probably say 15 or maybe 13 and 12, or 14 and 12, or 14 and 13. They are still pretty much young. So if this goes out, and like young people do a lot of crazy things these days, if the kids in school find out, the probability is very, very low, but there's still a probability that they might find out, maybe see this post, and maybe they might even be one of the people that are asking her to like send the link so that they can take down the video. That is very, very creepy, by the way. But if the kids in school find out about this, those kids are doomed. They are going to be so embarrassed in school. They would not even be able to look in the eyes of their mom at some point. I don't understand why she's only considering her husband. No one is saying anything about the kids. The kids are just as important as the husband. Yes, the husband already knows what she has done, but how do you explain to a 15 or 13-year-old that, oh, my mom did this when she was way younger? So listen, if you're a teen watching this, I'm going to say this again. Ensure that you are using your brain whenever you want to do anything. Think about yourself, think about your parents, and think about the future. Think about your kids that you're yet to have before you do anything. That is it for this video, and I'll see you hopefully in the next one. Do not forget to subscribe. Let's get to 10 freaking thousand followers by the end of this month. Bye.